Shalom, shalom, and welcome to the White Rose Family Channel. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. This new series that I introduced is called Rise of the Judges. It's a serious matter, O Yashar'al. Do you want to be protected? Do you want to be loved? Do you want to be guarded? Do you want to rise up in the strength and power of set apartness? But there are some things, there's some work that needs to be done. There are some processes and details that must occur to bring about the perfecting of the saint. And I say to you, O Yashar'al, everything has a purpose. If we are pursuing the set apart words, guidance, actions ordered by the Almighty Father, it comes with purpose for the building and perfecting of a set apart nation, a set apart body. If we are pursuing something contrary, such as wickedness, it has no place in the relevant purposes of our set apart growth. So in this episode, as you may have discovered, the matter at hand is about purpose. Purpose, Yashar'al. Why are things happening? For what purpose? What is the expectation? What anticipations do we have? Endtimes will bring about a rise of the judges. They're not coming just for the fun of it. And they're not coming to boast of themselves as somebody powerful. I'm not talking about those judges who are undiscerning and unlearned. I'm talking about judges anointed by the Almighty Father. Judgment rendered by judges directed by the Spirit of the Almighty Father, sent in Yahusha's name, the name of His Word, and they will rise up with power. My brothers and sisters, if you listen to some slides already, you will see under the title Considerations, I actually spell out the whole verse. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to put the address down of things to let you know that I am aware of many verses dealing with judgment. From the ones that advise us not to judge to the ones that talks about being ordered to judge. And some of those addresses are what you see here if you're looking at the slide. If you're just listening, I'll read them out. Proverbs 31:9. Ezekiel 20, verse 4. Matthew 7, chapter 1 through 5. Luke chapter 6, verse 37. John 7:14. John 8:15 through 16. 1 Corinthians 2:12 through 16. And remember, Yashar'al, let the Spirit of Yahuah make alive these passages as you read them. Like I said, on the slide or the episode called Considerations, I spell out the verses opposed to just reading the addresses. Let me present these words to you, O Yashar'al. Romans 12:3 says, "For I say, through the favor which has been given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he should think, but to think soberly, as the Almighty One has given to each a measure of belief." That measure of belief comes with purpose. Do you believe the Almighty Father would equip you, will ask you to do something and not equip you with the tools, the resources, the mindset, the spirit to accomplish that? It goes on to say in Romans 12:4 and 5, "For as we have many members in one body, but all members do not have the same functions, so we, the many, are one body in Messiah, and members, each one of another." Yashar'al, Yashar'al. We are made one by Yahusha, the word of Yahuah. What does that mean? Spiritually, my brothers and sisters, we are connected one way, shape, or form by Yahusha. Connected into the body of Yashar'al to provide certain duties, to fulfill our individual purpose for the collective of a set-apart body, a set-apart nation. Purpose. So before we start fighting and warring against the words judgment or rise as the judges, let us realize judgment is merely rendering a decision, rendering a verdict. We have assignments, whether we realize it or not. Our positions are picked by the Almighty Yahuah. Consider these words, Yashar'al. 1 Corinthians 12th chapter, verse 14 through 16. 1 Corinthians 12, 14 through 16 say, For indeed, the body is not one member. But if the foot says, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, does it therefore not belong to the body? And if the ear says, because I am not an eye, I do not belong to the body, does it therefore not belong to the body? You see, my brothers and sisters, judgment is coming. Each of us have a purpose. And the word purpose is akin to reason. Discern and understand their place. We must understand their place, our place. Discoveries are a result of rendering a judgment, my brothers and sisters. And it requires us knowing that purpose for executing that judgment. You see, believe it or not, what I just read in 1 Corinthians, let me go back. Notice how I read, it says, if the foot says, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, does it therefore not belong to the body? See, there are individuals who wholeheartedly embrace the term African American. And there are those who wholeheartedly say, I'm not a part of that Hebrew stuff. Not realizing that is their nationality. So you can't say, well, I can't say you can't because people say it. For those who say, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, I'm an African American, or I'm a black, or I'm an African, or I'm an Ethiopian, if indeed they are a child that's a descendant by nationality as a Hebrew, even though they may reject it or not acknowledge it, that's just like the hand saying it's not part of the body because it's not an eye. Many don't even realize that. So no matter what you say, the reality is Yahuah knows your nationality. And that nationality is charged with recognizing that the chosen children of Yahuah were first picked out of the nationality of Hebrews or Hebrew Israelites. So, regardless of your rejection by nationality, many are Hebrew Israelites and don't even know it. This great awakening will bring about a judgment that will make some race to be acknowledged as a set-apart Hebrew Israelite. There's a difference between the wicked Yashar'al and set-apart Yashar'al. But make no mistake, truth and the purpose of that truth being unveiled will become clear in the days ahead. Before embracing or rejecting matters, seek to discern and understand, for when we witness rise of the judges, corrections will emerge. There will be corrections, and there will be those among us who will yield to them, who will repent, seek forgiveness, rise up, renew with the spirit of strength and power of correction and set-apartness, as the Almighty Father uses his judges to render judgment, to execute judgment. Pray and watch, O Yashar'al. Some of us will execute judgment in ways we do not know. And some of us will find that there will actually be those charged to examine the condition of Yashar'al and present the corrections that are necessary. Remember, O Yashar'al, come with me as I gradually come to an end of this segment related to purpose. Luke 12:48 reads this: But he who did not know, yet did what deserved flogging, shall be beaten with few. So it doesn't say he got a pass, it just say beaten with few. And everyone whom much is given, from him much shall be demanded. And to whom much has been entrusted, from him much shall be asked. Where do you stand? Are you fearful or hesitant to the point that you don't want to execute judgment? Does that mean you get a pass? Does that mean we get a pass? Purpose, my brothers and sisters. There's a reason why judgment must go forth. Judgment, know that it comes with purpose, my brothers and sisters. Let us be able to identify correctly. Let us begin to not take for granted the actions of the judges charged by the Almighty Father, or the brother or sister used to judge a matter. Be advised, my brothers and sisters, the first 3 episodes, including this one, focused on considerations, examinations, and purpose. And I want you to know, soon the episodes will actually describe situations that present and produce judgment against things that need and will be corrected in the days ahead. But first, look at the considerations for judgment. Look at the need for examination. Look at the need to know the purpose. There's much work to be done. There are detailed processes that the Almighty Father will take us through to support a rise of the judges. Stay tuned, my brothers and sisters. There's much more to talk about. Do not run. Do not cringe. Do not be fearful of a rise of the judges. Do not neglect or take for granted the purpose of rise of the judges. My brothers and sisters, do you want someone to love you, protect you, guard you, maybe feed you? Do you want someone that you can feel a degree of ease that we are bound together with that set-apart purpose to worship and obey the Almighty Father? Then embrace the patience, the processes, and details to forge a set-apart nation. Let us know that much will be accomplished, my brothers and sisters. The Almighty Father Yahuah, who sent his word in Yahusha's name, who sent his spirit in Yahusha's name, to reflect that it is through the name Yahusha we recognize the plan of action that takes us to Yahuah, that is almighty everywhere at all times. That is no Trinity. The name Yahusha just merely means the process in which the Almighty Father brought about everlasting life to us. On that note, Yashar'al, seek to discern the voice of Yahuah. Watch as things become intense. Some of the fighting we see within the camps, communities, groups of fellowship is iron sharpening iron, and sparks will fly. Some of the conflict we see is a result of set-apartness bumping heads with wickedness. Some of it. But correction and discipline will come. Hebrews 12th chapter speaks of discipline to the set-apart children of Yahuah. Revelation 3:19 tells us that Yahuah discipline those whom he loves. Do we love one another? Should there not be discipline? And do that discipline come with purpose? And do those actions fit under the description of the fruit of a judge or judges? On that note, stay tuned. There's much to come. It's time to gird up, my brothers and sisters, and do what is expected from the Almighty Father. On that note, I say to you, stay tuned. There is more to come. The rise of the judges will prove to be true. You may already see that happening now. Stay with me, my brothers and sisters. Shalom.